Boom! Boom, boom. So anyways, I wanted to get this segment out of the way as quickly as I possibly could because I have a pretty full week next week. I'm recording this straight after the Friday segment. And I believe I actually want to take a bit of damage here so that I can take this Hilly Basin and have a look in here. Because here be the... I thought there was a drunk missile at least, but apparently there's just a bulletproof armor, which is not really going to help me that much, unfortunately, because... Well, actually it will. It will get me up close and personal with the brand new enemy that we have to deal with. This guy. He has a chain gun, and he just threw a grenade at me. And he takes hits like a fucking planet. That fellow you will know as the Triad Enforcer. And he is basically... Well, aside from the monks in episode 4, which we won't talk about until then, he's basically the hardest enemy of the game. I mean, obviously those monks, which are... Actually, no, the Triad Enforcer is a lot harder than them, because they tank, and plus they have the whole, you know, artillery of shit. The monks are just really fucking tedious. But yeah, we'll talk about that when we get to episode 4. That's not for a while though, because of course we have this and then we have 3 other episodes to talk about. And this switch is entirely pointless. Thankfully you can turn it off. I have no reason to do that though. There's the bloody drunk missile. So anyways, this level is actually a polar opposite to the previous one. In this one, you have a ton of weapons. A ton of missile weapons. There was obviously that, the bazooka, the heat seeker, and then when we head on in here, there's these little courtyard areas. They each have tons of fucking missile weapons. In order to get in there though, of course, you have to either jump or like fly over. Of course, with the lack of jump pads, you pretty much have to fly over. Is that a Triad Enforcer? Yes, it is. If you get him in this position like this, they are absolutely piss easy to kill, because their only means of attack from that distance is the grenades, and they'll just come into contact with the fence. That's what I'm trying to say. Once again, my mouth moving way too fast for my brain to be able to process. That's the problem with my commentary in general. But I think I've gotten rid of all the enemies now. So here I get to show off a nice little trick. With the Mercury mode, it's actually quite useful because there is this little section with a bunch of flame walls in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the backspace key, which turns me around 180 degrees, which is not what I wanted to have happen. So now I get to have a look in the controls section and actually work out what the button is to drop my weapon. It is delete. In before it deletes the segment. I sure as hell hope that that's not the case. About to find out. It seems like that's worked out relatively fine. But yeah, you want to take advantage of the Mercury mode to get into these sections and just continue to drop your missile weapons. You have way too many missile weapons than you know what to do with. And even then, that a couple of these only have like heat seekers, drunk missiles. I have absolutely no reason to keep those, so I'm just going to grab the firebombs and the flame walls and just put them somewhere. If you do run out of Mercury mode, all you have to do is push this wall a couple of times. There's one Mercury mode. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there's another one. So you've got a couple of Mercury modes to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up the Firebomb and check to see if there are any Triad Enforcers in this room. If there isn't, I won't have to worry too much about it. Although, to be honest, if I was going to use any of the weapons from that other room, it's going to have to be the flame walls, because they're just infinitely better at getting rid of the Triad Enforcers, because it kills Triad Enforcers in one hit. It kills anything in one hit unless it's a robot. So that's a bit of a thing. Any enemies in this room? No, there is not, but I do know that there are some predetermined fellows over there. I think I just took one of them out. Yeah, and just shoot the shit out of the other one. Yeah, they take a lot of damage to kill. And apparently on Crazy Man, their rate at going into flinching is actually decreased, so actually continually shooting them in the face with the machine gun actually isn't a very optimal solution to getting rid of them. Anyways, no real need to keep that blast, because there's actually 3 more firebombs here. So this actually kind of makes it my favourite level of the episode, just because there's that much fucking shit that you get to use and fuck your opponents up and fuck your enemies up with. It's good shit. Now, where can I find this switch? Because this room is basically the central hub of the level, and you need to hit these switches in order to move walls around, reveal enemies, and I believe you will also occasionally reveal an asbestos armor that you can pick up, which is really good because it sponges the grenades that these guys throw like absolute planets. The other bonus as well is that you can just sort of fire whatever the fuck you want and not take that much damage from it. So, did I reveal one of the suits of armor? No, I don't think I did, because I think I think this is meant to be like a suit of armor here, then there's another one over there, or something like that. That's a lock push wall. So where the hell are we actually going next? Okay, we've revealed that, which I don't quite know what that's supposed to do. Is there a touch plate? Oh wait, no, there's another switch. Okay, reveals that. There's another Triad Enforcer, fucked him up. Do we have access to one of the suits of armor? Yes, we do. So now we can head on in here and not worry too much about getting rockets thrown in our face. There is still the concern of the fiery walls, but that's easily circumvented by knowing exactly where to stand. So, for example, here, so we switch this, and I think that just hits that, a wall just over there, or something like that. I think it's supposed to. Or is it like a wall? Actually, wait, no, I think it's back out here. Let me go and get one of the firebombs. Actually, I'll go get a flame wall, because I reckon the next room's like a really straight room where you can just use the flame wall and get some good damage in with it. So I'll take one of those with. Okay, there's the other suit of armor at least. And then there's that. So I'm going to need the armor for that. Now, I believe there's actually a low guard up here. I thought there was. I guess it's only in Crazy Man, but there's a low guard up there, which if you actually don't know about him, he can actually drop and land on top of you and kill you. It makes him the most dangerous low guard in the game by an absolute country mile, and it's very stupid considering he's the worst. Kind of like a magic heart being broke as fuck. But anyways, kind of should have brought along the Firebomb here, because it's not exactly a good position to be in, although I should be able to at least get rid of that guy easily enough, because he hit the turf. Okay, got rid of those two. Running out of asbestos armor though, so I want to pick that up. And was there a switch that I was supposed to hit? I think there was. Oh wait, no, hello. Yeah, we don't want that to happen. Throw the flame wall there. This is the room that I was thinking of, because I could just do that. And it just gets rid of every single enemy in that area without even additional shade of thought. Anyways, this is probably one of the easier rooms though, because it's just a couple of spin blades. There is a secret in here that leads to another suit of asbestos armor. You also get a, as you can quite clearly see, a suit of bulletproof armor, which is entirely useless at this point because you are shooting the shit out of enemies with missile weapons. So there's no real point to having those. I'm just going to go and quickly grab... I'll go grab a firebomb because it's kind of a more epic way to end an episode, because we are just about done with the level and the episode. So if we go in here, that guy tanked either that or he just didn't get hit by the thing. Anyways, grab all this, blah 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 blah. Not that it matters, because, you know, lives, they totally matter when you've got quick saves that are just infinitely better. And we've actually fallen into a trap. This was not actually the end of the level. The end of the level is behind this final wave of enemies. So if I just take out the torches there, I can just do that. I actually don't have my suit of armor on anymore. In which case... Oh, hello, 6 of you fuckers. Okay, I think I just managed to live that. Is there any more health? Because if I die here, I'm going to be salt. Oh god, I have to get through there. Jeez. I don't think the health really matters that much anymore, because I think the only enemies left in the level, there's like a push wall here, which takes you to a bunch of life items, which does not actually matter in the slightest, because they're just low guards. Okay, so I got rid of those. Okay, so my 2 points of health no longer actually matters because there are no more enemies in the level. Okay, so pick these up, not that it matters, and I guess we're going to finish the shareware episode with 22 lives. I could look for more life items and go for 23, but no, don't really need to worry about that. And in here is just another asbestos armor and a firebomb. If I knew that it had the armor in there, I would have gone and picked it up. But here it's entirely irrelevant, because upon entering this and finding I just fell short of the secret walls quota, unfortunate, but what can you do? We are... How have I toasted this level? I'm missing a secret wall. That is amazing. Like, I don't need to screenshot it because it's obviously on a video, but that's kind of stupid. When you toast the level, you're supposed to have all the secret walls and all the enemies killed. At least I was right with all the enemies killed. I kind of thought that there might have been like an enemy hanging around in an earlier section of the level, but apparently that is not the case. So apparently the world is safe, but it's not really, because the Triad still exist. You see? You won the battle, but you still gotta wage the war. The Dark War. Apparently that's what they call the game, right? I think that's what's like supposed to be the full title of the game, is Rise of the Triad Dark War. With only a pistol and $30! Because people think that having $30 is a noteworthy thing. Maybe in the 50s it was, but now $30 is pretty much nothing. And apparently I got a medal. San Nicolas Island. Bit of foreshadowing there. That's actually where the main game takes place. And the $30, I believe, like, that's round about how much the game cost. Dead. When it actually came out. But, anyways, the game has also kind of just forgotten that the patrol robot exists, because they just show us all the human enemies. Apparently robots don't get any love. Maybe when robots realise that, we'll get the whole iRobot apocalypse thing going. I also like this, because they just send us different messages, because at this point you should pretty much just press a key and then you just move on to the, I think it's like the, like, type in the name for your high score or some stupid shit like that. I am lazy, actually. I'm not illiterate, but I am lazy, so I actually have an excuse for that one. So we're just going to sit back and have a look at these. Push off. What do I want to push off? It's like whenever I told my friend to shut up in school, he said, "Where's up to shut?" It was very annoying. I think there is something more to see here. Now show me, dickhead. To be perfectly honest, that would actually make for a pretty decent wallpaper. I've got the Roth 2013 remake. Not title, but the logo thing. No. I'm not going to go away. With a very terrible Hotel Mario no impression. I guess now that the enemies are like right up close and personal here, and you can actually have a gander at them, you can just sort of see where the whole pseudo-Nazi sort of thing comes from. Primarily in the helmets and the hats. It's still got the they've got the Nazi motif on them as well. The MP40 as well, you know, most of the Nazi soldiers had MP40s, I think. And now you just kind of got that, and it's supposed to be like a powerful ass weapon. It's actually pretty decent if you get it in Brutal Doom. It's actually, I think, better than your rifle, so it makes for a pretty decent weapon. Assuming you play Doom 2 and get into the secret level and kill it, SS Nazi, because you don't get those in either of the final Doom installments. The end. Oh, that means I must push a button now, shouldn't I? You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let the game transition by itself. Because the game's going to transition by itself eventually, will it? Yeah, see, you have to have actual brain power. You're just a primitive AI from 1995. It's not going to work like that. No. Just no. I'm kind of working on it. I think it's sounding a bit more like Jish's impression. But even then, that makes it kind of a unique voice in and of itself. Just Jish's impression of the original Hotel Mario No, and then my impression of Jish's impression of the Hotel Mario No. I've already registered, though. Yeah, cool. By the way, that's not actually the title of Episode 4 in this game. I mean, fair enough, the Star Wars thing, but whatever. Maybe that's a spoiler. Maybe people didn't want to know what Episode 4 was actually going to be called when they announced Episode 1. Did they even announce Episode 1 at this point? It was late 94, early 95. Episode 1 didn't come out till, what, 99? I think. Yeah, it was 3 years between the prequel episodes. And I know Episode 3 came out in 05, so... And would you look at that? My power thing's kind of... Yeah, that is excellent. A live studio audience. What were they, just floating up in the air beyond the boundaries of the level or something like that, so that they just couldn't take any damage? That might actually be a reference to, like, because there is actually a dog that appears in the game. Also, we're done now. Well, of course you're fucking late, because we're just about done. I would say it's like an R2-D2 on steroids thing, but there is another robot later on in the game that looks more like R2-D2, and does in fact appear to be on fucking steroids. But that's out of the way. I'm actually surprised. That's actually a high score. That's my top score. In which case, there you go. Just be dill or something like that. Anyways, that is the end of the shareware episode. So, starting next time, we will be going into the retail game. I will probably be picking up a different character, and I will be showing off the other difficulty setting things, like here, because the shareware only has this one here that I didn't really show off that much. So, there you go, you get to see that. Hooray! I don't know what the whole element LED thing is, but whatever. That'll be it.